Now I'm going to ask you to explain a typical day in your life, like the life of an elephant keeper.
Well, it's quite a very tedious day for an elephant keeper. First of all, right in the morning, you have to wake up at 6 and take your elephant out into the bush and let these elephants roam around the bush, doing some exercise, playing and browsing. They're still babies. They don't have strong teeth to browse and lots of leaves. So they have to learn. You have to look for softer vegetation and give it to them. And we also feed them on milk. We feed them on milk on every 3 hours, 24/7. So as somebody somewhere is preparing the milk and brings the milk for you in the bush, you have to feed your baby on every 3 hours and spend the rest of the day out. We only take these elephants for a public viewing for 1 hour per day. That's between 11 and 12. That's when all the public are allowed to come in. So that's when we take these elephants to a place where they can enjoy a mud bath and really cool themselves and have fun while the public can see them. And so that only lasts for 1 hour, and then the elephants go back into the bush, Nairobi National Park, in the company of the keepers. They always have to be with somebody, so that's why the keepers have to be with them 24/7. The keepers will spend the rest of the day with them in the bush until 5 in the evening. That's when the keepers will bring them back for bed in their stables. And every elephant has got one stable. Every elephant spends in that stable a night with a keeper. But a different keeper, so that they don't get attached to the same person.
Right.
And we spend a night in the rooms because these elephants need to be given the care that is given to human babies. They need to be fed on milk on every 3 hours in the night as well. So that's why we need a keeper there to wake up every 3 hours and feed these elephants.
Amazing.
We need to make sure that these babies are kept warm, because they're very much susceptible to pneumonia, and it is proved tricky to treat pneumonia in elephants. It's tricky because they don't show any signs earlier when they've got pneumonia, so that somebody can start treating them. So, and they can't show these signs because the lungs of an elephant are attached to the rib cage, so they cannot cough, they cannot sneeze. You can't see that early and start treating them. So that is why we insist on keeping them warm, letting them spend a night in a room, having a keeper there to cover them with a blanket when they lie down to sleep, just to ensure that they are kept warm. Then also a keeper needs to be there for the purpose of keeping them company. Elephants are social animals. They stay in families and groups, and if you let them on their own, they'll be stressed because of being lonely. And so they need the company of the keepers. So that is why we need to be in their rooms in the night every now and then. So until 6 in the morning, that's when we take them out again and start a fresh day. So it takes a keeper about 24 hours to be with an elephant, and that is what a keeper does. And you have to be committed in order to do that. You need to like it. Otherwise, if you don't like it, then you'll find it very difficult being in the bush. And also being in a room with an elephant in the night. So that is a typical day of an elephant keeper with an elephant.
It's a very busy day.
It is.
And just to ask you, I mean, you mentioned you spend a lot of time with the elephants in the bush as a keeper. I mean, you just go into aren't you scared of other wild animals or lions, or what do you do in that? Have you ever been in a situation where you're in the bush with these baby elephants and you come across a lion? Or
quite a lot. And of late, we've got lots of lions around our area of stay.
And you're not afraid?
Well, I would say right now I'm not afraid because I'm used to it. We take these elephants in the park every day, and as we walk in the park, we meet different wild animals. We meet the lions, sometimes the leopards,
and
the buffaloes.
You do know they're dangerous animals.
We know they're dangerous animals, but first of all, we pray God to keep us safe.
Amazing.
And after having done that, we also have to make sure that we are close to our elephants. You know, elephants will always be in a herd, in a group, and we always be with them. And we've met lions on several occasions, but they don't come and attack. For example, lions will only attack an animal they know their defense mechanism.
Yeah.
And in Nairobi National Park, we don't have wild elephants, which means lions in this park have never attacked an elephant. So they see these baby elephants and they wonder just how they will defend themselves.
Yeah.
So that's why they don't attack.
So they just don't. That's
They
amazing.
just don't bother. We met them on several occasions.
Right,
and
that's
when
it.
we see them, the lions go their way and we go our way.
Okay.
For instance, the leopards,
Yeah.
they don't provoke. They don't come charging you. They don't come attacking you unless you just go towards them and provoke them. So I've personally met a leopard in the park, and I was walking, and the leopard came and crossed just in front of me and went away.
So Edwin,